Hello! I'm surprised anybody has actually clicked on this video today because if there's one thing that is unpopular in Doctor Who, it is the past episodes. The historicals. They get poor ratings, people forget about them, and most of them are written by Mark Gatiss. But it's important to remember they were the foundation of the show back in 1963, with many pure historicals being the basis of many of the stories of the time. Doctor Who began life as a kind of sci-fi edutainment show, and I think that is adorable, but something nobody would dare do now. The new series is almost scared to do journeys into the past without some stock historical figure, or the past, but with aliens. Over and over. Oh, and over. My personal favourite is when they situate it in an environment clearly meant to be the past, but then it's in space! Personally, I dig them. I'm not a history fan, I didn't even really do well at it in school. But hey, if we talk about 5 of my favourites today, we can talk about some news stories I wouldn't explore otherwise. Starting with number 1, The Curse of Fenric. The Doctor and Ace arrive at a naval point off the British coast in World War II. When I saw the Doctor stroll into a military base, I groaned. Because when it comes to historicals, we know the routine. Doctor gets captured, runs away. He's a spy. Looking at you, War Games. But instead of a 12-episode run-around epic, the Doctor just walks off and gets started with the episode. I laughed so hard. Just because you're learning something doesn't mean you're in school, 10-year-old Sam. Historical episodes are usually very, very fun when people do them correctly. Like, have you seen Human History? Sometimes fact is stranger than fiction. Set in World War II, this one has everything. Russians, Nazis, the Enigma machine. The evacuation, an ancient evil dawning from the beginning of time. We play the contest again. Time Lord. I love that cliffhanger. There's a crazy twist involving Ace that would make even Stephen Moffat laugh. The Curse of Fenric just throws so many inventive, weird ideas at you with not enough time to properly develop them. Because hey, that was 80s Doctor Who and we had like a couple weeks left before cancellation. I would wholeheartedly recommend this story to a new fan. The pacing is fast, the practical effects still hold up. In a familiar twist, Ace finds her mother as a baby, but can't touch the child. Father's Day was a good story, to be fair. Yeah, I like that story too. This classic stays scary and iconic for a good reason. Oi, wouldn't it be funny if the Beatles were in Doctor Who? Well, you're in luck, because 1963 fanfare for the common man is as close a pastiche of Beatlemania you will ever get. This might just be one of the strangest pieces of sci-fi ever made. The Doctor and Nyssa travel to 1963, where a certain band, nudge nudge wink wink, are performing, meaning the entire country has gone wild. Except the Beatles don't exist. Who are these cheeky lads from Liverpool? The 5th Doctor deduces that someone has been messing with time. In a story about as trippy as the era it's set in, this audio drama ends with a giant intergalactic cosmic Ringo star wanting to destroy the universe. It really has to be heard to be believed.
This is what I was talking about, Nyssa!
Why is everyone making so much noise, Doctor? We can't even see them yet!
This is what the Beatles inspired in people.
Cheers, we've been the common men and will continue to be so tomorrow.
It is an honest-to-God hallucinogenic fever dream, and I loved every second of it. Speed ahead to Easter 2011, and Matt Smith returns to our screen with a new series. Within 5 minutes, he is shot dead on a beach. If memory serves, I think I had to leave the room in shock. Man, what a way to open a series, what a way to start an arc. It's also the very first time Doctor Who had a proper budget, and you could tell. The production budget on this is gorgeous. And that extends to a huge Roswell, Area 51, multi-location story. Honestly, this 2-parter could have been a movie, and yet somehow it still remains completely overlooked. The Silence invade America in one of the highest budget, best looking, ambitious stories that New Who has ever done. The moon landing, Nixon! Get him out, get him out. But really, it's the silence that steals the show in this episode. The silence and Matt Smith's weird beard. Go and check it out! What am I saying? You've already seen it. Number 4. Thin Ice. Specific pick, I know. Series 10 didn't have many memorable episodes, but I think I enjoyed it a lot more than I realised at the time. The Thames is frozen and a monster lies below. Pretty standard episode of the week, huh? Bland, if not for the fact that Bill Potts is still so goddamn lovable. At this point in the series, she had so much potential. And it's Pearl Mackie's excitement that rubs off on me. It's the little things, the interactions between her and the Doctor. Everyone just really gets a chance to make their character their own in this one. This season just felt so reinvigorated. Episodes 1 through 3 are a breath of fresh air. In a way, I felt like I'd been transported back to 2005, watching my first ever period Doctor Who episode. The plot isn't really what I come back to this one for. It's a little bit cookie cutter, sure, but it's all in the little details. It's the moments, the small sides, the production design, seeing an established Doctor in new situations, and act in very new ways. Oh, hey, yeah, do him, Doc! The name's Dr. SJW. Which obviously stands for Space Justice Warrior. Oh, and it also has my favourite line of the series. History's a whitewash. Great episode. And finally, one more audio drama. I just finished listening to this and inspired me to make a video. Angel of Scutari is a 7th Doctor story with Ace and Hex, one of the best TARDIS teams, transported to the Crimea War, where they meet, wait for it, Florence Nightingale. I groaned when I read the blurb for this. There should be nothing interesting in this filler episode. And yet, I have never been more captivated by a big Finnish drama. Jesus Christ, this proves that not only can historical dramas be done great, but you don't even need alien or sci-fi or future elements to make a story amazing. Yeah, this is an episode where the most alien element in the whole story is the Doctor himself. And still, we get to see him at his most desperate.
And are you proud, Mr. Russell? Proud of the way the British Empire has conducted itself? How it has perpetuated this needless war?
I know who you are, sir.
You're at it again! Thinking you know what's best for everyone!
I can't just stand by and watch all this suffering. If that's too involved, they'll sue me.
You're not her, though. The lady with the lamp.
Amazing performances from both Philip Oliver and Sylvester McCoy. And proof that any episode set in the trenches or a battlefield doesn't have to be a generic, boring runaround. So yeah, Chibnall, more battlefields, please. No, not that kind of battlefield. Shit, we've made a horrible mistake. Brr. Honestly, I believe that the newest series, with the budget it has, could easily pull off an adventure with no fantasy or sci-fi elements in it. We haven't had one of those since Black Orchid, or The Gunslingers, or, ages ago. They wrote them off in the late 60s. They had poor ratings. There were already so many good costume dramas at the BBC that they felt they were stepping on other people's territory. But now, I don't know. I think maybe they will. I mean, can you really put aliens in the Rosa Parks episode? It's Rosa Parks in space! I'd like to think not.